crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. My video this morning was censored by YouTube. I put it on the private road at roadrunner.com right here. It has to do with a video I posted this morning. Many of you have already seen this video, but it's a November 2022 meeting of the FDIC advisory board, and what they say is what we all know, but hearing officials say it, I mean, you can find every YouTuber who has half a brain to say, yeah, the FDIC doesn't have the money they're insuring, and oh, by the way, they're hiding that the banks are insolvent. And you can say that, you'll hear that on YouTube, but to hear the actual people who are involved in fixing that problem say it, that the classic, the public has more faith and confidence than the people in this room do. The public has more faith and confidence that their FDIC insurance will cover them than the people at the FDIC. Because they know they don't. Right now, I think the FDIC pool of insured deposit fund is it's 1.28% of what they insure. It's somewhere around 100 billion, 120 billion, but they insure in the trillions. So that's what's going on. There's 100 reasons why banks are collapsing right now. But I can't talk about this, apparently. So I'm going to have to dance around that. You can go to the Roadrunner private road. If you're a member, it's right at the top there. If you're not a member yet, join it. We'll send you a silver Ruda coin. That silver Ruda coin will cover the price of the subscription in the next couple of years. I think in the next couple of months, or maybe in the next couple of weeks. It's $2.99 for a year, less than $1 a day, but you get all the back of the office stuff. Anyway, yes, I did talk about, and see, I can't go into this stuff here on YouTube because YouTube does not want you to know information about your finances now. I mean, it's just shocking. Westpac and First Horizon are not going to last the weekend. I have a list of a couple other banks that are not going to last the weekend. And this isn't stopping, not even close to stopping. Whoever you bank with, doesn't matter what bank it is, they are not going to be able to pay you your money unless something drastic happens where the Fed insures everything and everybody on the planet. And it's not going to happen. This is the end game. Don't forget what's coming up very fast is that debt ceiling. They're not going to agree on anything. It's like Congress wants to blame the banks and the banks want to blame Congress, and they're both racing to see who gets to blame who first for something we know has been coming for a hell of a long time, and that's the destruction of our unbacked fiat monetary system, the entire system. You always wonder, how do we get out of this debt? We're the largest debtor nation in the world. We default on it. We pull the plug on the derivative bomb, 2.5 quadrillion. What's happening to the derivatives is all these banks are imploding. Somebody's got to pay those off, and those banks, they're the counterparty. These banks are the counterparty to the JP Morgans of the world. There can't be a worse bank to give all these assets to than JP Morgan, unless you're trying to destroy the system. Again, the good guys and the bad guys want to destroy the system for different reasons. The bad guys want to get out of the trouble they caused. The good guys want the bad guys gone. So they are going to destroy the system. The Democrats and the Republicans both want to destroy the system and blame each other. The Democrats want to go to socialism. The Republicans want to show how bad the Democrats are and how bad the socialist policies are. It's like everybody is coming to the same conclusion. Now the banks and the regulators are still saying, there's no way we can do this, so we've got to crash the system. But who are we going to blame? I'll tell you who we're going to blame. We're going to blame all the banks. We're going to blame all our government officials, and we're especially going to blame the global monetary people like the WEF, the IMF, the World Bank, the EU, the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Treasury, because it's all their fault. They created this monster, and now they want to blow it up and blame the other guy. Again, that's why there's going to be no XRP agreement. The XRP people are missing the point. The banks are going to be gone. They are unsustainable. The entire banking system, great report here. Monetary tightening and U.S. bank fragility in 2023. It shows that over 190 banks are about to suffer the same fate as Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic Bank. But the reality, and they're just talking about mortgages and commercial real estate and shit like that. What about the obvious thing that no bank can survive a bank run? If people become afraid that they're not going to get their money back, they are going to run to the bank and take it out. Instantly. Why do you think they bailed out Silicon Valley Bank, the uninsured depositors? They knew if they hadn't, that everybody at every bank on the planet would run into their bank. Yes, it's every financial instrument out there is going to be imploded, and then we're going to see what you got. You won't have any stocks. You won't have any bonds. You know, what's a U.S. bond worth when there's no Congress to approve the budget, so they can't pay anything? Most of that money goes to paying off the interest on the debt. Debt are U.S. bonds, and everybody's running into U.S. bonds. It's insane. They're telling you that they're not going to pay. What does that put U.S. bonds worth? Zero. We're down to gold and silver and some cryptos. I don't know how they'll be valued going forward. Clearly, the exchanges are completely fraudulent. Silver is still under $30. Still is under $50. 1980, the all-time high of silver, $50. 2011, the all-time high of silver, $50. Both totally and completely computer controlled. And silver today, after they've created all this money and all the insane crap that has gone on in the last 50 years, silver's at $25, $26. That's power of market manipulation. 100% control with a computer click. Computers and derivatives, that's all you need to control the world. In the past. Right now, everybody's cleaning the United States clock. Look at how many people are joining the BRICS countries. Listen to Andy Schachman when he talks about BRICS. Listen, learn, and act. That's the biggest problem that most people are having is acting. Don't go buy SLV. You're throwing money back into the system that should be allocated for silver. That should be out of the system. It's completely what you don't want to do. Remember who controls SLV. BlackRock and JP Morgan, two of the worst entities on the planet. And you're throwing your money into SLV because you think you want to be invested in silver? I'll guarantee you silver's not going to make you money. What it's going to do is allow you to survive when everything else is gone. It's not going to make you U.S. dollars. They're just they're going to shut off trading from silver and gold. What's it going to be worth? I don't know. I still don't know what silver's worth because it's traded on a derivative exchange that trades over 500 million ounces every single day of fake things. An ounce of silver is worth 1 ounce of silver, and you're going to be goddamn happy that you have 1 ounce of silver in your pocket. The insanity has been long forecast. It is now coming true. It is so obvious to anybody who has the brains and the eyes to see. Anyway, go check out my video that I just put up on the private road. It is the member area. Here we go. In-game, more banks to fill this weekend. I go over some banks. Then the timeline to destruction. That's already happened. That one below it has already happened. Lots of information there. And the Jenny Moonstone stuff is unbelievable. She's seen the in-game for a while, and she lays out how it's going to happen. We just did a deep dive into Jamie Dimon, who's kind of at the crux of it now. If you're looking for someone to blame about the banking system and about the old Epstein issues, Jamie Dimon is going to be front and center. The largest bank in the world. The bank that if they go under, everything goes under. 50 trillion in derivatives. How were they even allowed to use that? To create that kind of monstrosity? It is exactly what Warren Buffett called it, a weapon of mass financial destruction, and it has gone off. The mushroom cloud is spreading, and it's going to spread to every bank and every financial institution. Get your physical silver in your own possession. If you have to have gold for some reason, get it in your own possession. There's a lot of stories going to be coming out about gold. It's about the scarcity factor, that there's 10 times as much as what they tell you there is. But at the same time, there's a trillion times as much unbacked fiat monetary instruments out there. So if you don't understand silver, that's fine. Get yourself as much gold as possible. And then maybe you can trade 1 ounce for gold for 1 ounce of silver in the future if a silver holder is willing to let go of his silver in favor of gold. Crazy world we live in. But I just wanted to give you an update that today's morning news was banned by YouTube, so I put it on the private road. You can find it in the private road section and in the uncensored section of the website. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.